Assalamu alaikum. Peace and blessings. What's going on, YouTube family? My name is Trucker Abdullah. And if you're tuning into this video, hit the thumbs up button, hit the like, hit the subscribe button, hit the comment, drop a comment, and share the video out. Because today what we're going to do is we're going to learn how to navigate throughout the United States without a GPS. So right here, what you see, this is the 2019 edition of the Ram McNally. This is the one I use. You could purchase this at any truck stop. Maybe it's at a Barnes and Nobles. Excuse me. You can also maybe even at a Walmart or something, you could probably get this for a little cheaper than at a truck stop. At the truck stop, I think I paid like $30 for it. It's definitely well worth it. If you're a new driver, every new driver should have this. Every new driver should have this. You know, I know that we got telephones and Google Maps and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, even with Google Maps that we got today, alhamdulillah for technology, thank God for technology. You know, it's not what it is, because that can lead you into a low bridge situation. You know, with this truck, you know, if you just depending on the Google Maps, you're gonna have a problem. You're going to have a problem. So again, we're gonna get into it. Again, hit the thumbs up, like the video, share it out to different trucking groups. Anybody you think that needs to, you know, needs a education on routing and things of this nature, you know, this video should really help you all out. My goal and intention, I do have a Ram McNally GPS now. Shout out to my brother, he gave me his. And but I just got one. I've been running over this road the whole time I've been out here with just, you know. And to be honest with you, like, the GPS is cool and everything, but I still depend on this. You know, this is very cool when it comes to trip planning and things of that nature. Like, you really want to be aware, you know, of where you're really going, because the GPS, it can take you one place, or it can take you down a road or that you really probably shouldn't be on, you know, in certain states that you're in out here. So let's just go through it real quick. So this right here, it shows you, it has all of the weight restrictions per states, where the tandems and the heights and all of that kind of stuff, the bridge formula, yeah, the weight and size limits, like I was saying. So it has a lot of information in here, you know, a lot of information that you can, you know, benefit from. This right here gives you, and this is the thing, right? So you're talking about using the GPS, Google Maps, but some of these places, like for instance, right now we're looking, this is Arkansas. These are low clearances. All of these are low clearance spots. So they let you know these are the weight stations. These are all the weight stations in Arkansas. These are restricted routes. These are all restricted routes. Like, they don't want you on these routes. You know, they don't want you on these roads in your truck. But your Google Maps would take you on these, because it's a car and it's fixed for cars. So If we go look over here and talk about low clearances, these are, this is low clearances. This is like bridges and stuff like that. Permanent weight stations. These are weight stations or whatnot that, this is where the feds are. Restricted routes. These are routes that are restricted that have, banned truck travel. It may have low bridges, tunnel limitations, all of these things. So it's important not to trust the GPS. So you go state by state, state to state, whatever state you live in, every state has their own issues. In New York, the Northeast is full of low bridges, full of it. I'm talking about, you can understand why they pay you more to go in the Northeast because, man, this is still New York. Because, man, it seems like every 10 steps it's a low bridge, and, it's just really a high-stress situation. All right, so what we're going to look at today, I want to start you off. So I'm going to give you all 3 separate ones today. So this one right here, so this is our route right here. We're leaving from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, and we're going to Union City, Georgia. So the first thing we'll do is let's go to Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Okay, now we're in Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania is a pretty big state. Pretty big state out here in Pennsylvania. So, now at the beginning of, let's find. So we need to find Bethlehem. So I think Bethlehem is a little further to the east of Pennsylvania, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so here we go. In Bethlehem, Pennsylvania is very close to New Jersey. It's like a suburb of Allentown. So our routing for this particular route is, it says take 22 west to 78. So if we look right here in Bethlehem, so this is 22. So 22 actually connects to the 78 right here. Right here, a little, what is this called? This is like Fogglesville, right before Fogglesville. The 22 connects to the 78, and then so we're taking the 78 to the 81. 78 west to 81 south. So we're going to take the 78 west. So this is how you would do it. You would look at the routing, and you would take your finger and trace it, and we see the 81 south. So this is where the 81 south will be connected. The 81 is coming down, so this will connect. This will make your connection right here at this point. So now if we follow this 81, and we continue to follow the 81, it's going to bring us through Harris. What is this? Harrisburg. And it's going to bring us completely through Harrisburg. All the way down through Shippensburg, Pennsylvania. Carlisle, Shippensburg, and Now, this is important to understand right here because, uh, okay, so, if you give me 1 second, so Pennsylvania is a pretty big state, so their map kind of continues on different pages or whatnot. So right here, this is just 81. Wait a minute. So okay, so now Pennsylvania, being that it's so large, the 81 continues over here, and so it goes from here. That's Shippensburg, Chambersburg, and then we go back over here, and look, that's Chambersburg. So this is all the same Pennsylvania, and so we're gonna go south into Maryland. See the brownish, like the beigeish color represents another state. The white color represents the state on the actual page. So now we know that we're in Maryland, and this 81 is going to take you to Maryland. So now we should go and look up Maryland. So now, boom, we got Maryland. So we see right here, we still on the 81 because we're going to follow the 81 until we get to the 40 west. So 81 south to 40 west. So we're going to follow this 81. We're going to follow this bad boy and continue to trace it with your finger. So this is the white area. You remember the rule of thumb. See, Maryland has 2 pages. So this is the kind of like west side of Maryland, east side, I'm sorry. And this would be considered like the west side of Maryland. So the 81 slides right through there. See that? Right through there. And it's brown again, the beige again, which represents West Virginia. And we see the 81 coming through Virginia, still beige. It goes through Virginia. So we're not going to go to West Virginia because we clearly see that the 81 runs straight through it. And so we're going to go straight to Virginia, right down up into the Middletown area. So let's turn the page to Virginia. Tripping. So, all right, here we go. All right, so here we go, Virginia. All right, so, well, all right, so here we go, Virginia. So, so if you remember, the 81, it came straight through West Virginia, which is up here. The 81 came through these Appalachian Mountains, came straight through West Virginia, and connected into Virginia, which is where we're at. So we're going to go through Virginia, pass through Harrisburg, 81 loops around up in here somewhere. It's a loop, but you know, don't pay attention to that. Just keep your hand on the 81. See, because in Virginia on this side, it's the 80, it's the 64, but it's still the 81. It's still considered the 81. It's the 81 and the 64. You know, so, and we're concerned about the 81. So you just stay on, you see the 64 breaks off west right here near Lexington, in Lexington. But if you continue south, you see it remains the 81. So we're going to come all the way through Roanoke, Christiansburg, all these places, Wytheville, and Marion. So we're going to continue through all these places. So we look right here, this is a big state, map-wise as well. So this is the second half of that right here. This is, I'm sorry about that noise, it's the reefer unit. So right here, this is Marion. See, this is Marion, and this is Marion. So we just follow the 81, and you see the shaded area again, the beige kind of color area is North Carolina. We know that. So this represents the state line. This is North Carolina and Tennessee. So the 81 falls right into Carolina. I'm sorry, it falls right into Tennessee. Because if you see this line right here, this little like kind of like jaded line right here, this represents North Carolina. But we're in Tennessee right here. So we know that we need to turn to Tennessee and find the 81 up at the top near Bluntsville. Well, all right. So we're still here. Now we're in Tennessee. So remember, we're going from the 81 south to the 40 west. So we still looking for the 40. So remember, we came down here from Virginia, and we came through Bristol. We're still on the 81. Remember, there's Bluntsville right there. So we're still on the 81. And boom, the 81 kicks right here. And what is this? This is like near White Pine. Near White Pine, it connects to the 40. Turns to the 40. So at this point, we know we want to take, and you see the 40 going two ways. It's going south and it's going west. So we know we trying to go 40 west, right? So 40 west, and we're gonna bring this 40 west. You see the 40 west, it comes all the way until over here, into Knoxville. So we know from the 40 west, we want to take the 75 south. So we're looking for the 75, and we see right here in Knoxville, the 40 connects to the 75. And you see right here, 40, 75. It connects with each other. You don't want to continue going west. You're going to take the 40 west till you get to 75, then you're going to break it down and come all the way south. Until you get to Georgia. See this? Again, key. You see the color change. They went from white in Tennessee to kind of like the khaki-ish color of Georgia. So right here, we got Chattanooga is where we drop down into Georgia. So now we're gonna look for Georgia. You know. So, all right, here we go. 75 South to the 285. So 75 South. Now we're gonna run this 285 down into Atlanta. And you see the 285 right here. So this says 285 West, Southwest. So, and this street right here, these are just, now these aren't interstate streets right here. These are considered to be like highways or whatnot. So at this point, when you see this type of stuff, you're gonna go to your direction, your local directions request. So right here, if we stay in Georgia, in the city, we know we're going to Union City, Georgia. So if we look at the 285 Southwest, so this is Southwest, and we come around, the 285 runs in a circle. And if we come around on this 285, here goes Union City right here. So this would be where we get off at somewhere. And then from that point, you'll be on your local thing. So that's scenario number one. That was how to get from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania to Union City, Georgia. So now we're going to move to scenario number two. Well, all right. So we're going to end part one. The next video will be part two of the Trucking with No GPS series. If you found this video helpful, definitely hit the subscribe button, hit the bell for all notifications. Also hit that thumbs up button. And if you have any questions or comments about Route 1 that we did today from Bethlehem to Georgia, let me know. All right. Peace and blessings. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate your support. Assalamu alaikum. I'm out.